Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. A number of years ago, I visited my son at Champaign, Illinois, where he attended university there. He took me to a Chinese restaurant, and I was quite impressed because they have the menu actually posted on the wall. On that wall menu, they probably have over 100 different dishes. At that time, it was before I developed my fast cooking system. Now I know how this could be done because they use templates-based cooking. So basically, a template is something that you use it as a foundation to create variations. Now in my cooking, I use chicken, and I use a basic stir-fried chicken template, which I'm going to demonstrate to you in this video. I'm going to show you how you use this same template ideas to create enormous variations. Okay, without further ado, let's go into the kitchen and see what we could do. My chicken stir-fry template usually start out with chicken breast, which I purchased in what is known as a family pack. Now, after I bring the chicken home, I immediately cut them up into sizes that are suitable for stir-fry. Usually the package I purchase weighs about 5 pounds. So cutting up 5 pounds of chicken seems to be a lot of work, but actually it is not at all. If you have a good knife and if you are relatively good at it, you can do it in about an hour. The amount of time you put in is well worthwhile. I then put them in a Ziploc sandwich bag. I usually freeze them in 8-ounce package. The freezing in this method is very important because first of all, it makes it very easy to store. I have shelves on my freezer door, and they are perfect for storing the chicken, and I store them vertically, almost like file folders. By freezing them in a thin layer, they are very fast to thaw out in a bowl of warm water. Usually takes only about 10 minutes, and they are ready to be used. Using this method, I can have chicken in a minute of notice. If you want to learn more about this prepping approach, you can take a look at this video. By using this basic prepping and storage template, I will have chicken available to me anytime I want, and I can use it in large number of different dishes. These different dishes are actually created based on a basic stir-fry template for chicken, and then I combine it with other templates to create variations. As you can see from these examples, your imagination is going to be the only limitation of what you can do with the chicken. I usually prep my chicken about once every week or maybe 10 days. That will give me about 10 meals that I could use for create different type of chicken dishes. The chicken is great in combination of different vegetables. As you can see in all of these dishes, I use the chicken mainly as a condiment rather than as main ingredients. By combining the chicken with different type of vegetables, it will give me a wide varieties of culinary experiences. Furthermore, I could create fusion dishes by using the flavoring from different cuisine tradition. The end result is by using a single chicken prep, you can create many different variations of dishes with chicken. However, you could introduce even more variations by using different ways to cook the chicken. In the following, I'm going to show you some of the variations in cooking the chicken. The first method for cooking the chicken is something that I have used for a long time. In this case, I will first saute some garlic. Here, I intentionally let the garlic burn a little bit, had it turn a slight golden brown. And then I add the chicken to the wok. This chicken came directly from the bag. They are not marinated or treated any other ways. Cooking with garlic will give them good flavor. I often call them the garlic chicken. Because the chickens are thinly sliced, they cook rapidly. You also notice that the garlic starts to burn slightly because it contains sugar. The brown color is the caramelization of the sugar in the garlic. As the garlic attached to the chicken, it caused them to brown as well, and this gives the chicken almost a grilled-like appearance. This also gives the chicken a great flavor. The downside of this method is that because the chicken come into the woks and the heat of the wok tend to dry out the chicken, and so they tend to be less tender and moist. However, this method is very fast, and it usually takes only about a minute for the chicken to be cooked. My cousin Marge taught me how to prevent the chicken from getting dry by coating them with cornstarch. Cornstarch has two functions. One is that it absorbs the moisture from the chicken, and the second is that it coats the chicken and it protects the chicken from the heat directly from the bottom surface of the wok, and that keeps the chicken moist and tender within. In here, I add the chicken directly to the wok, and you notice that I'm using a pair of tongs to stir them in the beginning because the cornstarch tends to have the chicken stick together, and it is much easier to use the tongue to separate them. And then I switch to my wok spatula because that is more efficient in mixing them. As you can tell, the chicken cooked rapidly, and you notice that the browning on the surface is due to the cornstarch browning. I also add a jalapeno pepper in addition to adding some onion to the dish as well. You will find that the texture of the chicken after you coat them with cornstarch is quite different when you cook them without. In this demonstration, I'm going to coat the chicken with a heavier layer of cornstarch. As you can see that the cornstarch sticks the chicken together much tenaciously than it was before. And in this case, a pair of tongs really helpful to separate them and tear them apart. And I'm also going to lay the chicken in a flat layer, and I'm going to let the chicken fry a little bit longer before I use the wok spatula to break them up. Because I coat the chicken with more cornstarch and also fry them a little bit longer, you can see the brown coloration on the surface of the chicken. This actually gives the chicken a light breading. This gives the chicken a slight crispy texture than what it was before when I only coated a small amount of cornstarch. But it also keeps the chicken more moist and tender within. For the next version of this template, I would like to achieve more breading on the surface of the chicken, so it will give it a greater texture of crispiness. So for this version, I coated chicken with twice as much cornstarch as I was before. I lay out the chicken as a flat layer and to fry them. This approach is commonly known as shallow frying. After I fry them for about a minute, I turned around. As you can see, the back side of the chicken are very nicely brown. Then I use the wok spatula to mix everything together. So for this particular demonstration, I intend to only fry the chicken one side because otherwise it might take more time than what I would like. In this demonstration, I basically coat the chicken with the same amount of cornstarch, but I take a slightly different approach. What I try to do in this case is that I'm going to fry the chicken on both sides, so the end result they will be more like chicken tender. I would consider this to be a full application of shallow frying. So I will fry one side of the chicken, and then I would turn them around. As you can see here, that side is very nicely brown, and I would turn them and to fry the other side. Now this method obviously takes significant more time, but then the outcome is very different. It gives the chickens almost like a chicken tender texture with a nice breading. In this video, I have demonstrated to you the many ways that you can make modification to that very simple basic chicken stir fry template. As you can see, just by varying the amount of cornstarch that you use to coat the chicken, you can create chicken that are very different in texture. Now, not only in terms of coating of the chicken, but you can also see that by the way you vary how you cook the chicken during stir fry, you can further extend the potential possibilities. A template-based cooking, without any question, is the foundation of my fast cooking system. And the word fast is the acronym for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. When you combine these 4 attributes together, it provides you both efficiency and diversity in the food that you're going to cook for yourself. Particularly when you have all the ingredients prepped in advance, it makes it so much simpler for you to create variations. I still remember one of the viewers wrote me after she adopted my fast cooking system. She used template-based cooking to create a lot of diversity and variations in what she cooked. Her husband was so amazed at how good she has become in such a short time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.